Hi, everybody. Hi, Deborah. Hello, hello. Thank you. Listen, you guys, I am trying out this green screen. I don't know how this is going to go. I bought a green screen backdrop, and I think I'm going to have to do some editing to it, but it's okay. Um, I'm not, but we'll go with it tonight since I already started it. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody's okay. And excuse me because I have hair all in my nose. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody. Thank you, Deborah. That is so beautiful. She says, hello, Twanna. Your last video was touching on how you care for your uncle and other family members, praying he gets better from beautiful Las Vegas. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Shout out to everybody all over YouTube land. Don't forget to thumbs up when you come in. Give me a thumbs up. Y'all know how we do. Say hi and all that good stuff. Came and listened to my rant yesterday. I'm telling you, it's crazy. The hospital said that Uncle was doing, a little better today. They're going to try to release him tomorrow morning after breakfast. So he's going to have breakfast and see how he does. And if everything's okay, he's going to get to come home. So we're going to see, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to see. Fingers crossed and prayers up. We're going to see. All right. So I'm going to jump right into these stories. Hi to all my replay viewers. Um, Got to give a shout out to the replay viewers because, you know, you guys matter too. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all that good stuff. No matter where you are. Okay, I'm going to get down to the first story. And I've got my little monitor on to make sure that I can see what's going on. So this is about the former pastor Kirbyjon Caldwell. He was sentenced to 6 years in prison for fraud charges. So let's get into this story and see what exactly happened. All right. Kirbyjon Caldwell, who led Windsor Village United Methodist Church, was sentenced to 6 years in prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release for conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Here we go again, guys, with this wire fraud. Caldwell stood before Chief Judge S. Maurice Hicks Jr. on Wednesday, January 13th, and was sentenced to term. He pled guilty in March of 2020, and his sentence is set to begin in June of this year. He expressed profound remorse and accepted full responsibility for his actions in court. And although he was ordered to pay $3,588,500 in restitution, as well as a fine of $125,000, Caldwell was reportedly paid the restitution ahead of his prison sentence. So he actually paid his restitution before his sentencing. The restitution period had begun prior to his indictment in May of 2018. How interesting. All right. The defendants in this case abused the trust that the victims had placed in them. Acting United States Attorney Alexander Van Hook said in a statement, this defendant used his status as a pastor of a megachurch to help convince the many victim investors that they were making a legitimate investment, but instead he took their hard earned money from them and used it for his own personal gain. Wow. Really, Pastor? This office will continue to investigate and prosecute those who scheme and prey upon the elderly and others. So, Caldwell and co defendant Gregory Allen Smith had duped investors of an investment for historical Chinese bonds. So the two, however, failed to inform potential investors the bonds were worthless. The Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, has considered Chinese bonds to be collectibles with absolutely no value other than the regards to memorabilia. The pastor received approximately $900,000 in the deal, using the money to pay down debts, including personal loans, mortgages, and credit cards, as well as maintain his lifestyle. Okay. The investors never received returns for the Chinese bonds, of course, because they were worthless, as the scheme reportedly brought in $3.5 million in 2013 and 2014. Smith was also convicted and will spend 6 years behind bars. That's crazy. Hi, Tanya. That is absolutely crazy. So nobody's safe. We're not safe at the church house, y'all. Nobody is safe. That is absolutely crazy. I can't even believe this story. Well, I can. I can believe it because this is what people do. This is what people do. It doesn't make a difference if you're a pastor or whatever. People will do some crazy stuff. And this is just one of the stories that, exposed this pastor. I'm sure that these people are going to get their money back. Um, I'm almost certain that the law officials that are over this case, they're going to see to these people getting their money back. But if not, I mean, there's no guarantee, but this is like crazy. I feel sorry, especially for the elderly people of the church that, trusted the pastor and invested their money in worthless bonds. Like, that's just absolutely crazy. I can't. I can't. So check this out. In other crazy news, I found this article and was blown away. This black attorney was arrested because he didn't wear a suit to court, or at least that's what the article says, that this guy did not wear a suit to court, and that's why he was put in jail. So listen, a black attorney has been sentenced to a year of probation for a courtroom confrontation with deputies in San Bernardino, California, but he believes his only crime is being a man of color in courts. Okay. Jai Person Lin, 38 years old, says his legal woes began in January 2019 when he was racially profiled in court because he was wearing street clothes the day he attempted to change a hearing date for a client. So TMZ reported this. Long story short, Pearson Lynn says that he dropped into court on his day off without a suit on because he needed to change a hearing date for a client and thought that he could do it quickly with the clerk. So the sheriff's deputies inside the courtroom, however, stiff armed him. Check out the footage. You hear the female deputy ask who he is and what he wants. Pearson Lynn tells her he wants to talk to the clerk and eventually identifies himself as an attorney. So two deputies then escort Pearson Lynn out and tried getting the case number for the client. When Pearson Lynn threatens to take legal action against them for racially profiling him, that's when things went left. So there is video footage. I don't see it here on blackamericaweb.com, but I will look into it if you guys want to see the footage. He never asked me for an ID. Pearson said he never asked me for a business card. I have no problem showing it. I was attempting to show it. In the video of the incident, the deputy is seen pushing Pearson Lynn toward the gallery where the public sits during trial. I was not irate, he said. I did not escalate. It escalated when the deputy, Barry, got physical. So Pearson Lynn says that he was tased and then arrested, and a judge accused him of escalating the situation. Deputy Barry had to respond to your escalation and moving you out of the area, and you still attempted to go around him, the judge said. After sentencing at Rancho Cucamonga, I guess I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. Superior Courthouse Pearson Lynn spoke about the case. I stand on what I did that day. He said, could I have done it differently? Yes. Did it amount to crime? No. This is insane. And hey, Mo, let's look at the footage. This is given to us. Justice for J.E., attorney at law. Okay, so this is the guy right here. Graduated from Hampton University and Howard University School of Law. Okay, so this is the guy right here. I'm sorry, you guys, I couldn't do the sound, so I'm just going to commentate. But I want you to see the footage of the actual incident in the courtroom. That was him walking in, okay? And you just look at the footage and then comment whether you think he did something wrong or not. I didn't think you had to dress up to go to court. I didn't think so. At the clerk's office, JE was directed to the clerk's department to speak to her directly. Okay, so that here he is. He's dressed casually. All right, I'm going to see if I can skip ahead a little bit. So here he is again. They're telling him where to go. The deputy pushes him out of the way, which to me is the deputy's fault. That's not, JE's fault at all. That's the deputy's fault, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to go on a little bit further. There you can see him talking to both of the deputies. It does not look overheated. He's not getting irate. He's not, doing anything. He's not reaching for a weapon. He's not putting his hands on anybody. He's standing there having a conversation. As an attorney, he's trying to get some work done, and this was his day off. Here he is again, still having the same conversation. You can see that this deputy has pulled something out of his pocket. All right, we're going to move ahead. So the deputy Sutton argues. Let me go back and see what this says. Deputy Sutton argues to JE to go out of the vestibule area. Meanwhile, Deputy Barry walks off to grab something. And we're going to see what that something is. So they're still right here in the same spot. Okay, see here he grabbed something. He's being escorted out. Okay, we're going to go a little bit further. So he gets escorted out of the courtroom. There you can see by both of the deputies. And I just don't understand. Like, I do not see where he did anything wrong. Again, this is just my opinion, but he didn't put his hands on anybody. And there you can see, everybody was going out of the courtroom. At that point, he was tased. At that point, they just took control of the situation in the wrong way. Abuse of power is what I call it. Abuse of power. And so I'm going to move ahead. That's him in handcuffs. And they're taking him in the back. Now, the stupid part about this story for me is that obviously he's been seen in this courtroom before because he works there. He's an attorney. You've seen this man before. Whether he's in a suit or not. It's like if I put on a suit, then you know who I am. But if I just wear street clothes, you don't know who I am. And why do you need a suit to just go, walk in and change the date of a trial that you obviously, you know, are going to be working? It's your trial. You're either, defending somebody, you know what I mean, or whatever. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand what the deal was. Anyway, the video goes on to say that on 9/29/20, J.E. was found guilty on one count of delaying or obstruction of an officer in the lawful performance of his duty when he struck Deputy Barry's hand from his chest after a second pushing. This man shouldn't have been pushing anyway. Who are you pushing, and why would you be pushing on somebody? It doesn't make sense. If you're a deputy, why are you pushing this man? It's abuse of power. So here you have his case number and all of the information. If writing, the DA asked him to dismiss this charge, a second act cannot by law be obstruction or delay. This story is absolutely crazy, and I can't even believe that this is the stuff that we're having to deal with. He thinks that he was racially profiled. I wouldn't be able to see any other, explanation. I mean, there wouldn't be any other explanation for me. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but for me, that just takes the cake. So if you listen to gospel music like I do, um, I'm really sad about this story. A couple of days ago, I heard that Duranice Pace, Niecy Pace, she's known as Niecy, Duranice Pace of the Anointed Pace Sisters. She died at 62 years old. She was a valuable part of the gospel community. And let's get into this and hear what they have to say. Duranice Pace, a member of the Anointed Pace Sisters, passes away on January 14th from health complications. She was 62 years old. The family says, please keep the prayer, support, and love coming as Duranice still fights to get stronger in the hospital. She is eternally grateful for all of you, and she can't wait to announce a special concert event that she has been planning with a team of Broadway professionals. Pace's team wrote on her Instagram account earlier that month. And if you don't know who she is, I've got a beautiful picture right here. Now, some of you have probably seen the real Duranice Pace on the Steve Harvey show. She came on the Steve Harvey show. She sung Steve Harvey a beautiful song. And if you know anything about the Pace sisters, these women can blow. These women can sing. I had no idea what happened to her. Apparently, she had been sick for a long time. And when I tell you she was sick, she was sick. Listen to this. Duranice, who was a famed singer and preacher, was born on May 13th in 1958. She began singing at the age of 5. She and her sisters released their first studio album, It's Morning Time, in 1989, and went on to record more albums that would help shape the sound of contemporary gospel music. She leaves behind her son, Demarcus Wardell Love, and her sisters, Phyllis June Martin, Melanda, I think it is Dejui, but they call her Dee Dee, Leslie, Latrice, which I love dearly, Lydia, and LaShawn, which I'm also crazy about. The Pace sisters, I grew up listening to their music. I actually opened up for LaShawn Pace Rhodes years ago when I sang with Quad Cities Mass Choir. This family is awesome. So later on, the internets wrote, our condolences are with her family, friends, and fans. See the reactions to her death below. And she had some really beautiful things written about her. Duranice Pace spoke favor into my life one day at a time I really needed it. She was one of the most special souls. Rest in peace. And this was Steve Harvey, January 15th, 2021. Rest in peace, everybody's favorite singer, Duranice Pace, the eldest of the gospel female supergroup, the Anointed Pace Sisters. This is on the heels of the passing of her mother just over 5 months ago. Pray for the family and the gospel music community's loss. And this was by Larry Reed Live, which I'm a fan of. I'm a huge fan of Larry Reed Live. Lord, they got my girl. I'll never forget seeing this video on social media years ago. Rest in heaven, Duranice Pace. And this was from Frank in the City. He wrote that January 14th, 2021. And there were so many, so many things written about this lady. Like, I have never seen this. And this video right here, I can't legally play it on here on a live stream, but she was singing because she got the call that she was going to be on the Steve Harvey show, and people could not believe this woman's voice. And it was almost like, where has she been? Like, she had been gone. She literally lost everything. Her testimony is just amazing. And they have so many videos. If you go to Instagram, her Instagram, like, I mean, it's just chock full of stuff. She would bless people, as you can see, in Walmart, in the grocery store. You know, she didn't have to be on TV. You know, her spirit wasn't just, you know, for show. You know what I mean? When she went on the Steve Harvey show, you could tell, like, she had lost all of her teeth during her sickness and everything, and it didn't phase her one bit. This woman was, her voice was like just unbelievable. Like, if you don't know the Pace Sisters, look up the Pace Sisters, go to Instagram, go to Facebook, and listen to some of their music. I'm telling you, it will bless you. We're going to miss this lady so much. I know I am. I mean, I was just really sad when I looked at it. I said, it's so weird because, like, she was just on TV. She looked like she was doing well. She literally was just on television. Like, I'm not even kidding. She was just on television a little bit ago. Oh my God. She was getting ready to do music, and she was getting ready to do a concert. She was all over the internet. I mean, people were like, she's back, she's here. Like, because you didn't know what happened to her until after she started recovering. And then she started spreading her testimony. Oh my God. You just, time is going to be, you have no idea. And so I'm really sick about it. I hate it, but you know, that's life. So keep the Pace family and all of the related family in your prayers, please, because that's super sad. Tanya says, yes, the Pace sisters are awesome. I'm telling you. Now, and I like the Clark sisters, you know what I'm saying? You know, I like, you know, all of them sisters. But the Pace sisters, shh, I'm telling you, they were something to be reckoned with. Like, when the Pace sisters hit the stage, it was nothing like it. And I've seen a lot of gospel singers, you know, sing on stage, you know, in concert, opened up for some here in Alabama, North Carolina, you know, just all over the place. But sometimes, you know, they'll come on stage and they don't just sing, they minister. And that was this lady. Like, she just was not afraid. She was not afraid. You know what I mean? You know, she goes on television, whether, you know, she's got her hair on or not, whether she's got her teeth in or not, it's just whatever. And it doesn't matter. You know, what she looked like didn't phase her. What she'd been through didn't phase her. It's just like awesome to be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm praying for the family. I'm praying for all these families. Um, you never know what you're going to find in the news. That's all I can say, is you never know what you're going to find in the news. That was absolutely crazy, but I had to come on here. I didn't feel like editing anything. I didn't feel like, you know, doing all the fancy stuff. I'm still looking for a video editor. I like using OBS, but I really want to get a good video editor for my computer. I don't use Mac. I use Windows. And all of the video editors that I have used on my computer suck, to me. That's just my opinion. and it's not easy, putting together a video on OBS. It's good and I can use it, but it's just a little bit unprofessional. I'm glad that you can record in it. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. I don't like it. So, but it's 2021. I am going to get some great stuff, for you guys. I've downloaded a lot of different things and it's going to be awesome. So, there you go. I got some new footage, members only. So if you're not a member, make sure that you hit that join button so you can become a member. It's only $2.99 a month. And yeah, I'm spoiling the members this year. This is my first year with my members button. Like, this was a great way to open up 2021. It's like I actually have some members. So I'm excited about that. All right, on to other news. Now, this is stuff that's not, this is in the YouTube streets. I have some questions, okay? And we've got 11 people in the chat or that's watching. And I don't know if you know the Mamiana gang. I don't know if you know My Jazzy Life, Lives Life, Strong Mommy Chrissy. But there seems to be some tension in the YouTube. Now, I'm going to update you from memory. And this is what I have watched this past week. I had some time on my hands. I was trying to keep myself busy because my uncle's not here. Hopefully he gets to come home tomorrow so I can get back to my regular life and he can get back to his. But I've been watching reaction videos and I've been watching their videos as well, trying to figure out, what the heck. Most that I still have to edit on my phone because I don't know how to, you don't know how to open PC. Oh, you don't know how to do it on your PC. Download OBS and see if you like it. There is a OBS StreamYards, and then there's an OBS, just, the plain OBS. Look it up on Google. That's what I did. Somebody told me about it. I downloaded it. And like I said, I like it. I just feel like, I want to add some, GIFs. I want to add some other pictures. I love the slideshow, but a lot of people are doing animation. So I kind of want to fidget with some animation. So I think I'm going to practice on some of that tonight, while I have a little bit of time on my hands to see, if I can plug some of that. Now let me just say this, Mo. I love editing on my phone, but I'm limited. And so that rubs me the wrong way. I don't like that. I don't like being limited. I like to, you know what I'm saying, be able to do what I want to do. And your hands have to move kind of fast, as you're recording, because you want to show your face. You want to show people who you are, that you're a real person. And then, add the pictures and add the video and stuff like that. And so, like, right now I'm using StreamYard. But if I was recording this, I probably wouldn't use StreamYard. But you can. And you can add video, Mo. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you can. If this is $20 a month, and if you pay StreamYard $20 a month, you can add video, you can add pictures, you can actually do a lot, but your Wi-Fi has to be perfect. And sometimes, like out here where I live, like I'm in Alabama, a little bit of the country. If I'm not using, like right now, I have my Wi-Fi on, but I also have my regular internet over here as a backup. You know what I'm saying? Like I have one on and then one backup just to make sure, because my playback on StreamYard jumps. And I absolutely hate that. It'll like stop and then it'll jump and then it'll stop and it'll jump. But while I'm here live, it's perfect. It might buffer once or twice, but then the playback sucks. So I started learning how to do OBS to give you guys, better viewing when you're watching the playback. So I don't know, but there, everybody says if you can invest into it, get a Mac, and I probably should have gotten a Mac at first. But I'm just an economical girl. I like a discount, and an Apple was ooh. I watch all of them, but never comment. All comedy to me. I've never seen anything like what I've seen saying with those three ladies before. Listen, let me tell you what happened. And Mo, if you're watching, you already know. So Mamiana Gang was really for girls. Ming. I oftentimes leave Ming out of this because she's married with a real husband and real kids and real life stories. And you know what I'm saying? The other three, like Liv was married, but then her and her husband are separated but not divorced. So then she got a boyfriend, but now I don't think the boyfriend is there. And in between all of this, it's supposed to be a family channel, but I never really see her kids. So I'm like, where are her children? And then if they, get in the camera or get in the way, it's like, shoot, you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, this isn't a family channel because they're not doing family stuff. And where's her husband? And if you're not divorced yet, why are you dating somebody else? It doesn't make sense to me. Why? Because you're showing your children that this is okay, which clearly it's not. And you have to excuse me, you guys. I talk like a Christian because I like the Christian lifestyle. This is so, I know a lot of people live together before they get married. It's just not my cup of tea. I'm not trying to teach, other people's children that this is okay. But to each his own. I am a no judgment zone. I'm just saying for me, that kind of lifestyle doesn't work. So I don't understand why she does some of the things she does in front of her children. Then you have that's Liv's life. Then you have my jazzy life. I think that she's a cute girl. But I did get some comedy. Mo. I got some comedy with the fashion show. The flannel shirt unironed did it for me. It was the unironed flannel shirt for me. And if you're going to do a fashion show, don't drop a video the day before wearing one of the shirts or one of the outfits that you plan on doing in the hall. This is just coming from a professional. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it. But I was like, what is happening here? Most that I like Liv, her laugh. I think she could be a beautiful person. I just don't know what's happening to her. She is on a downward spiral. I think it was the breakup and she just needs direction. Here's the thing. In life, and Mo, I know you know this. I know you know this. We're all adults here. In life, we're gonna have some ups and downs. It's not the ups and downs for me. It's how I handle the ups and downs. This is life. Every day is not going to be rosy. Your relationships are not always going to be rosy. Whether it's romantic, a friendship, your children, everything's not always going to be, apples and peaches. It's not. How you handle it. This means what? I need to be prepared because the worst could happen. And I'm going to have to deal with it. And I just don't think Liv is dealing with anything. I think she's just, airing all of her dirt on her platform for content. And it's really showing that she doesn't know what she's doing as an adult. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say as a mom because her mothering technique is her mothering technique. Those are her children. And you live how you want to live in front of your children. You just know that they're going to remember the things that you do. And sometimes we think, hey, they're not watching, but they are. That's all I'm saying. Jazz, Listen, Mo, I heard through the grapevine that Jazz was copying Strong Mommy Chrissy. I didn't say that. It didn't come from me. So don't come for I heard this from a reaction channel, okay? And they said everything that this girl does, it's like she's trying to be Strong Mommy Chrissy. So if Strong Mommy Chrissy, is not feeling well one day, then Jazz is not going to be feeling well. You know, if Strong Mommy Chrissy, wears her hair a certain way and puts on shades, then Jazz is going to do the same thing. If Strong Mommy Chrissy, goes out and gets a man or whatever, then Jazz is going to do the same. I'm like, really? I haven't noticed. And I don't really watch that often. And if I do catch a video, I skim through it. And the reason I do that is because I don't like when people disconnect their comments. When I watch a video, I like it and then I like to comment. I don't like to, not comment. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave a comment, and I hate when people turn their comments off. It drives me bananas. I hate that. So I don't usually, I'll skim through it or whatever to see what's going on, but I can't look at the comments because she's got the comments turned off. Did you hear that too? I heard that from another, source here in the YouTube streets. And I said, you know what? So that made me want to go back and look at Strong Mommy Chrissy. Now I think the Strong Mommy YouTube street beef with anybody, okay? I just have opinions. Now, let me say this disclaimer. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, if you ever post anything on the internet, please be forewarned that someone is going to have an opinion. Okay? There is no reason to get salty about these opinions. They are just opinions based on what you put out on the internet. Okay? Now, with that being said, I said this the other night and I'm saying it again. My body cannot birth 9 human beings on this planet. Number one. Can't do it, won't do it, ain't never gonna happen. That's crazy, but to each his own. Number two, if I did have 9 children running around, I wouldn't be concerned about a man. I'm just saying, these are my opinions. I'm 49 years old. I've lived, all of my, younger years, a little different than everybody else. I just don't see it happening. That's right, Mo. You just have to be ready for it. Listen, and when you get a man, can you make sure he has a job? Can we stop bringing the scrubs around the children, please? Strong Mommy Chrissy is indeed a strong woman. She does make some mistakes, but I cannot take from her that she is taking care of her kids. Because when you got 9 kids and you're that young and you're taking care of your kids, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all that matters at that point are the children. But for these other people, I'm just saying, it's not Strong Mommy. I don't know if she's booed up or not. I haven't gotten that deep into her channel. But Ming, she's got her husband, whole husband. You know what I'm saying? I love her girls. I think her girls are so cute. Ming is funny, is all get out. Uriah is, he's a crack up. I love his pranks. Sometimes he can go too far, but you know what I'm saying? And Ming was my YouTube mentor for those of you who don't know. So I like Ming, she's a whole lot younger than I am, but when it comes to YouTube business, she knows her stuff. So as a businesswoman, I admire Ming. As a mom of 9, I admire Chrissy. Jazz seems like an okay person, but what I want to say is that with what everybody is saying about my jazzy life on the internet, I think the analyzation is wrong. I think what it is she might be going through a little bit of depression, and I think that's what it is. I don't really feel, and Liv might be as well. You know what I mean? Liv kind of looks like sometimes she really wants to explode. She's a pretty girl, you know. I would love to invite Liv to, join me on my weight loss journey. Because I would like to see her, lose some weight. But I think she's a pretty girl. And that's just health. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with the way she looks. She's very comfortable with her size. I can tell from her Instagram. But I'm just saying, health wise, with the breathing and stuff, I would like to see her lose a little bit of weight. Um, but my Jazzy Life, she just seems like she might be a little bit depressed about something, and, you know, it's understandable. You have kids and you want to boo, you want to be wifed up, but at the same time, watch who you bring into your house and watch who you bring into your kids' life. Don't just bring anybody because you're desperate for a man. Don't do that. That's not cool. I do love the direction Chrissy is heading. I hope it continues. Yeah, I think that she'll get more endorsements. Chrissy will. When she fixes up, she's really pretty. I was there for her launch when she launched her, eyelashes and stuff. So I think, she's and I'm glad that her and Ming are friends, because Ming is a businesswoman, and when you have positive connection like that, it rubs off on you. You know what I'm saying? You got a girl in your success corner, and she's over here doing her thing, so you want to do your thing too. You don't want to be left behind. You know what I'm saying? And so attach yourself to somebody who's on the fast track. And Ming and her family, they have plenty of channels, and so they're not hurting for much of anything. And then she has money making opportunities, on the internet. She just launched her body butter business, which is awesome, and Chrissy is soaking that up. You know what I mean? She's soaking it up. And I can appreciate that. I just wish, all of the Mamiana gang, if they're even if they don't exist anymore, I wish they would all do it. But I hate to see the train wreck. I don't think I'm going to be stuck on their channels or whatever, but I do wish them the best. But, when it comes to that, I got to get wifed up, and I got to get booed up and all that kind of stuff. That's the part right there that just burned me. Why are you bringing these raggedy people around your children? It's none of my business, but you put it on the internet. So you need to stop that foolishness. You need to stop that foolishness. The desperation is real. I cannot deal with it, which is why I don't watch every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a little too much for me. I can't deal. That's not of God. Where I come from, I just cannot. So I'm sorry if you disagree with me, but I just don't feel like that's a thing. I wouldn't want my daughter, to see me. And my kid, you know, it's just me and my daughter. And so I didn't live a lie in front of her. I didn't try to hide anything or whatever. If I made mistakes, she saw it. And it gave us a window of opportunity to talk about these things. So she knows where I stand, on every aspect. And if I ever made a mistake, like, well, so and so won't be coming around anymore because, he did this and that. And we just, we're not together. And these are some things that you need to look out for in a man. Don't let a man use you. Make sure he has a job. Make sure that, he's secure. Make sure that he's mentally stable. There are so many things. You need to get a list, of the do's and don'ts that you want before you just go out there accepting anybody. And my mom always told me, you don't go man hunting. The man is the hunter. Because if you go out there and you looking and then you grab somebody up and be like, I'm after him, I'm going to get him, you have no idea what you're headed for. Oh my God, the desperate. I've been married, I've had a baby daddy, and I'm not bitter, but I'm honestly happy and content with my children. I am too. I can't, Boo made me burgers for dinner, girl, bye. I feel you. I got to go too. My hour's almost up. And save me a burger, Mo. Anyway, that was my commentary on everything. No joke. I'm gonna keep you guys, posted on my uncle, probably on my community tab. I might take the day off tomorrow, but I did want to drop something because today is the 16th, and that's our YouTube cycle. So I did want to, come out and say happy Saturday to everybody, and send you blessings and good vibes, and just do live sometimes, the news that I have instead of doing a video all the time, because I love to talk to you guys. So, anyway, make sure that you guys are staying safe, mask it up, get your hand sanitizer, your alcohol, all that. Remember to always live on purpose, and I will talk to you in another video. Bye, guys.